Hey friends, happy Saturday, happy weekend. Welcome to my live, or if you're watching later, welcome to the replay. I'm glad that you are here. If you are looking for inexpensive DIY home decor and gift ideas, if you want a project that is easy to clean, if you are intimidated by a blank surface, then you are in the right place. I hope to show you how to tackle all three of those obstacles today in my project. Sorry, I'm a little froggy this morning, but I'm Robin. I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. Once you hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you are watching from. If you are watching later, type hashtag replay in the comments so I can say hi to you later on. I want to let you know that I'm using an online platform called StreamYard, so I'm live in 3 locations: my Facebook business page, my YouTube channel, and my private Facebook group, the Robin's Egg Blue Creations Crafty Collab. Also, and I tell you that in case you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you're watching from my private Facebook group, if you wouldn't mind giving StreamYard access to your profile name and pic, there is a link at the bottom of the description of the video. Just click that, and then your comment will show up under your profile name and pic in my comments. If you don't, then you will show up as Facebook user, and I won't know who to say hi to. It's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just that I don't see your name with your comment. So let's go to the comments and say hi. I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door. Hello, Miss Bonita. Welcome, welcome. And Julie from South Carolina, welcome. I'm glad that you are all here this morning. If you wouldn't mind spreading the chalk love around, hitting that like button, hitting that heart button, tag any of your crafty friends if you do share it, invite them to my page. All that fun stuff that just helps me build my business, and it helps Facebook know that you want to see any future videos from me. So I'm going to flip the camera and I will show you what our project is going to be today. Excuse me, I'm really froggy this morning. I'm going to be using the new double-sided A-frame sign. It just released last month. So it is a 5x7 wooden surface. You can make it two-sided. This wood piece is removable. It does also come with a white piece, a white 5x7 board. You can also get replacement packages. So you can get a set of two brown wood surfaces. You can get a set of white wood surfaces, but you'll notice it does not come with the holes. So I would recommend getting the power punch as well, and then you can make the holes to make additional signs. So this little sign would be great if you love to decorate for different seasons and holidays, but you don't want to store a whole lot of stuff. These you could just stash in a little shoebox, a little file folder type thing. Easy to store. They don't take up a lot of space. Thank you, Julie, for sharing. Much appreciated. So I'm anxious to get to use it today. We will also be using a wooden tag, and then I'm using flannels and football. I think this one may be in Last Chance, but I'm not positive, but I do know it's available. I'll just be using probably the bottom portion. This one is the autumn tier tray cutouts. I'm just going to use the pumpkin, and then I'm going to use the fall minis, and I'm just going to use the channel the flannel text. So I'm also going to be using currant jam, orange peel, papaya bark, which thank you, Bonita. You reminded me that I needed new bark, and pesto. And I have linked all of these products in the cart link linked into the video. If you are watching in Facebook, I will pin that cart link later in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, they are in the description of the video. Bonita says you got your double-sided A-frame and you're anxious to use it. It's a cute little surface. So yeah, let's get started. So these are, if you're new here, these are Couture silk screen reusable transfers. They are reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of them. And because they are reusable, I'm just trying to find my Sharpies. I like to denote the back side of the carrier sheet. That way, when I'm done cleaning them, I know that this is the back side and I need to put the transfer back on the front side. And because I'm using multiple transfers today, I know which transfer goes on which backer sheet. I'm just going to go ahead and label all these just in case one day I decide to cut this one apart, although I don't normally cut them apart, but this way I know where they go. I'm just going to put like waffle weave. I don't really know what that's called, but we'll just make it up. So that way when I'm done, these transfers go on this backer sheet. This is the front side, all that fun stuff. And I don't, I think I'm actually, let's experiment. There's my, let's experiment and take this off. Although I don't have, I need a screwdriver. So I'm just going to reach around here and grab one. So I just have to figure out if I want to use the brown board or the white board. I think I might use the brown, but I am going to take it off just so it's easier to use. And you just need to hold on to this back button and use the screwdriver to unscrew all the pieces, and this little leather thing comes apart. pretty easy peasy. So there we go. Save those. I'm going to get a little color tray to put all these in so I don't lose them, although I'll still probably lose them. So we'll put those to the side. Put that to the side. I'm just trying to decide whether I want to wax, whether I want to sand. I think I am going to wax just a little bit. So I'm going to use the surface wax and the wax applicator. So anybody got any big plans for the weekend? So this wax has multiple purposes. For the wood surface, it's going to get into some of those little nooks and crannies that I can't see, and it's going to fill those in so that I have a smoother surface. It's also going to act as a barrier between my transfer and my surface so that my transfer doesn't pull or distort when I pull it up, and then it won't stick so hard that it pulls wood fibers off of my surface. So I just flipped it over and I'm using the microfiber side to buff it out. Much smoother. I don't know if you can hear the difference. Wax and non-wax. It's just a little bit more rough. The side is just super smooth. Bonita says she's going to make a Christmas wreath this afternoon. Well, you definitely have to share pics with me. I love to see all the stuff that you all create, whether it be chalk couture, not chalk couture. Okie doke. So I don't know whether to do my pumpkin first. I think let's work from the bottom up. I'm going to use the kind of flannel pattern from down here. I am going to fuzz it because I'm working on wood. Jason says he's going to Wichita. Yes, we are. Mama needs a new purse. And we need to return something to Best Buy. So that'll be fun. Okay. I also forgot to show you that some of these transfers come with suggested cut lines. So you'll notice that these have white cut lines. So I want to cut my pumpkin apart, but I want to leave my backer sheet intact. And you're welcome to cut yours apart however you want. I just prefer to keep them intact. So I'm just pulling up a bit of the transfer, and then I'm just going to place my scissors or transfer trimmers underneath, and I'm just going to score down that line. Same way on this side. Just like that. Let's go ahead and cut this one apart. Again, just scoring down that score line. Sorry if it's kind of an annoying sound. Okay, so I just want to snag my pumpkin. I'm actually going to put it on upside down just so I can kind of get some spacing right. So I think I'm going to drop my flannel down a little bit. And I'm going to flip it over just to kind of see if I have it. Yep, that looks pretty good. And then that gives my pumpkin, gives me a little more room to drop my pumpkin down. Okay. So I'm going to burnish my flannel. Okay, so I'm going to use orange peel and papaya for my pumpkin. I'm going to use bark and pesto for the stem and the little pumpkin squiggly. So that leaves current jam for my flannel. Or I think that'll work. I kind of have these. I don't know if that matches at all. Or we could punt on the current jam and bring in either copper or teal, which, let's take these out. I'm kind of thinking copper. Just to kind of stay within the family. Bonita says bark for flannel. I think this might be too bold, which I can't believe I'm saying that because that's my favorite color. Bonita says copper. So I think we'll go with that. It's still in the same, because it still looks kind of orangish and brown. So let's grab a squeegee. So this is just chalk paste in liquid form. It dries hard to the touch. It is semi-permanent. It can be made permanent with a clear sealer, but it is pretty durable once it's dried on your surfaces. So I'm just using my rubber squeegee as an applicator, and I'm just going to take my squeegee and drag that paste down all of the silk screen areas. This one happens to be one of our shimmer pastes, so it has mica flakes in it to make it super sparkly, but the sparkles are mostly contained, so it's not like loose glitter, so it doesn't get all over everywhere. And I can put the excess back in my jar. I'm going to close that up. I may actually add some of that to my pumpkin as well. So I'm just going to peel it off. I think I'm going to dry that and extend it. I should have butted it over to the edge. But I didn't think about that. I don't know. I think I'm going to extend it all the way from edge to edge. But I want to dry this first. So raise your hand in the comments if you are ready for fall temps. I am ready for some cooler fall weather. We purchased a smokeless fire pit and we haven't been able to use it. It's just too stinking hot. I mean, when it's still 90 degrees out at 10 o'clock, ugh. Jason says he's ready. Okay, let's see if that's dry. Pretty ready. Or pretty dry. Okay, so I'm just going to try to match this back up. Easier said than done. And I'm just using the large squares to kind of match it up. don't need much. Just enough to extend the pattern to the edge of the board. Okay, so I can put the excess back in my jar. And get a wet wipe and wipe that off my table. Like I said, this stuff is easy cleanup. Super, super easy. Okay, let's dry that. Okay. So there's what the bottom border looks like. I'm going to put that to the side so I can clean it later. So let's pull out our pumpkin. Let's put that right there. I'm going to fuzz it. So I'm just placing it on a terry cloth towel. You don't have to have the fancy fuzzing cloth that I have. You could even use your shirt. But I just want to put a layer of lint on the back side of the transfer just to kind of knock back some of the stickiness. It does come off once you wash it, and it does become almost like new again with the, as far as the stickiness. So I'm going to tape off. I'm not very careful when it comes to where I paste. So I'm going to use a little bit of placement tape. You could use painter's tape if you have a spare roll or 400 like I do of washi tape. You could use that. That's an almost perfect sized piece. Okay, so now I'm going to use the hot mess technique or the marbling technique. So I have some gross stuff living in my papaya. I think that might be other chalk paste colors. My papaya is a little old. It still has life in it, but it is very thick. So I'm just going to spray some distilled water in it. Oh boy, that is really thick. It may not be. It's not very useful. It may be too thick. Yep. Well, we won't be using papaya. I am going to spray. I can doctor it up later, but I don't want you guys watching me fix that. So let's try to make our own color. Let's make our own darker orange. I wish I had the rust. If I had the rust color, I would use it, but it's not coming until Tuesday. So this is bark. So I'm going to grab a little bit of orange. I don't want a whole lot. And a little bit of bark. And I'm just going to wipe some off of the lid. I just want a darker color than what I have there. And I think let's add a skosh of, we're just going to experiment, who's it? Of candy, of currant jam. Let's see what kind of color we can come up with. It's a little darker. I think it will work. Okay, so I just want to use, I'm just going to use some of my stir sticks. Shoot, you can even use your finger. Let's just use our finger if you don't have any stir sticks. So I just want to make some splotches in different areas of my pumpkin. And I'm going to use a different finger. And let's add some copper. It doesn't smear as well. Okay, so we've got our color splotches on. And then I just want to take a clean squeegee and I'm just going to drag all those colors together. You don't want to do it too much because you'll end up just mixing your colors together. I'm just going to put that in there because I won't reuse that. And so then let's see what we're left with. I'm going to peel it up from the bottom because I want to try to keep my stem in place. So it just gives our pumpkin a little bit of dimension, a little bit of color differentiation. And you can go back in if you don't like, if you want to add, if you want to kind of blend your colors a little more, you can wet your finger and kind of blend those colors a little bit better so the lines between the colors aren't so harsh. Here's what that looks like. Okay, so let's dry that. Jason says he loves the hot mess technique. So then let's peel off our tape. And then let's put all that there. I'm going to get a detail tool out. Actually, I'll just use one of them. Let's put our lids back on these two. And then we'll get our pesto out. And I'm just going to use the bark that's on this color stick. There's plenty. And this detail tool has a tiny little squeegee at the end. And you can get this detail tool for free this month if you are a club member and you spend $100 in one order. You get the detail tool and the exclusive Very Perry shimmer paste this month if you spend $100 as a Club Couture member. If you are a regular customer, you just have to, you will not get the detail tool, but you can get the Very Perry shimmer paste for free if you spend it $90 this month. Okay, so I got, let's just put the lid on. Okay. So let's clean off my detail tool. You can grab a little bit of pesto. Ooh, my pesto needs a little bit of water. I need to schedule some classes so y'all can use up my chalk paste before it dries up. Okay. Put a heart in the comments if you're waiting for me to add some classes to my calendar. Okay, so there's our cute little pumpkin. I should have probably blended a little better. You can see my finger marks, but I think it looks cute. So we'll get that dry. It would be really cute because this is double-sided, and depending on where you place your sign, you might be able to see the backside. And if you don't want a design on the backside, you could, the cool trend of decoupaging napkins or tissue paper on the back, or even scrapbook paper, just to give your surface this side a finished look without having a second design on it. That's always an idea. Okay, so let's grab our pieces. This is going to be easier said than done. So these are just like scrapbook album posts, pretty much. Oops. So you just put the back side on, put your leather strap on, put the screw in. And then you're just going to screw it on. Same way with this one. Insert your screw. Oopsie. Jason says beautiful. We're not quite done yet. I just want to add one more embellishment. Okay. Put that back. Let's get our little mini icon out. I probably should sand down the tag just so it matches, but let me, sorry, my chair's squeaky. Oh, I can't find my, I have a little, where'd it go? I have my little sanding box. Try to use to catch all of the sawdust. Oops, knocking stuff over. Okay, so I have my sandpaper. Let's see if this will get it. I just want to knock back some of that white. Let's do a little bit of experimenting while we're at it. So I'm going to grab a paper towel. Oh no, I actually like that. I was going to try to stain it with some bark, watered down bark paste, but I think I definitely have it closer to that brown color. So we're going to stick with that. Crud, what did I do with my, I hope it didn't stick to the bottom of my box. Does anybody see my icon? I bet I stuck it to the bottom of my box. Yep. At least I didn't totally lose it. Jason's giving me a heart. Or I forgot what I asked for hearts for. I think I'm just going to use the full channel of the flannel. Oh, classes. Sorry, I have totally just blanked on. So I'm just going to go similar to how I did the full size sign. I'm just going to use copper on the bottom. And I'm using the multi-purpose tool. Again, all of this is linked. It'll either be linked in the description of the video on YouTube, and it'll be linked in the comments after the video on Facebook. Actually, well, this is fun. I'm going to put this back down, and it doesn't have to be perfect. But I think I'm going to use this darker color just to kind of use some of it up. This is that color we made with orange peel, bark, and currant jam. Don't be afraid to mix your colors. Just don't be like me and usually end up with baby poop brown. Okay, so let's clean that off. Again, easy peasy cleanup. All of it washes off with water. So there's Channel the Flannel. Super cute. And you don't have to have a fancy tool to blow dry your chop paste. You can use a hair dryer. You can let it air dry. It takes 5 minutes maybe. Again, easy, inexpensive. Okay, so I'm just going to get the piece of twine that I cut off. Actually, I'm going to loop it. I'll put the loop through. And then put my tails through the loop. So I have a loop out front. I'm going to put my tails through. And I think I'm going to tie a knot just to create another loop. And then let's get some more twine. And then let's just kind of decide. I think I'm going to cut that one in half. Definitely need the flannel. Since we're channeling our flannel. Oops. So I'm just going to kind of crisscross them. And then I have some lace here. Actually, I shouldn't have cut that in half. Oh well. We'll just use that as our base. It'll be a little bigger. And we can trim it if we need to. Let's put a little bit of brown there. Yeah, I shouldn't have trimmed it. Maybe we'll put that on the top. Another piece of flannel. So I just went through my scrap bin and tried to find some scraps that looked good. Maybe we could, let's cheat. We'll just overlap those and hope that it all gets caught in my twine. And then we'll just lay that on top and that should be good. We'll see. Cross your fingers. And I think I'm just going to tie this. I kind of just wrapped it around because I don't want it to float. You're loving, Benita says she's loving the little tag. I love to put little tags on things. Little embellishments. Okay, so let's grab our scraps here. I'm just going to literally tie them on. The tighter you tie it, the floofier it gets. And then Let's just add our little tag to the center, and hopefully that'll, probably should have tied it on first. I'm going to tie it underneath the bow and see if that. So I just cut a longer piece of twine so I had a little bit more real estate to work with. And I'm going to kind of do the same thing, just tying it on the back. Let's see what that looks like. Just kind of have to work with it a little bit. I kind of wanted it to stick out to the side, but I'm going to come back in and kind of angle cut some of my ribbons. I'm not a big dovetailer. I prefer just either the leaving it blunt or angle cutting it, but you do what you do. You do you. If you like to dovetail, you do that. I think the angle cutting works better on these smaller bows. That way it doesn't end up looking like a bat. Let's see what that. I think that looks cute. I'd still prefer my tag to stick out a little bit, but not to kind of be to the side, but it looks pretty cute that way. So here's kind of what it just kind of hangs that way. So there's our bow, our cute little channel, the flannel. So there we go. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Let me remind you of a few things, and then I'll hold up the finished piece. I talked about the Shimmer Very Perry promotion going on. This is a limited to August only promotion. So customers, if you spend $90 US or $125 Canadian, you can earn the Very Perry Shimmer Paste for free. Club members, if you stretch your cart to $100 US or $130 Canadian, you can earn the Very Perry Shimmer Paste and a detail tool for free. That does run through August or as supplies last. Just a reminder, the Club Couture transfer of the month, I will be using it again on Monday for the hashtag monthly transfer Monday project. This comes with Ocean Mist, Shimmer Rose Gold, and Shimmer Moonlight as your 3 paste singles. It is a monthly DIY subscription kit that is mailed directly to your mailbox. It is $21.99 US or $27.99 Canadian. There is a 3-month minimum commitment to join, but you can cancel at any time after the 3 months. Also, as a club member, you get $5.99 shipping or $15.99 Canadian flat rate shipping on the first chalk site order that you place every month. After that, I believe it's the $8.99 US flat rate shipping for customers. And last but not least, if you've ever contemplated becoming a designer and it's just been outside of your budget, now there is a new designer access pass for you just pay a $9.99 activation fee, and then it's $19.99 a month plus tax after that monthly. This access pass does not come with product, but if you want to get some product with your designership, you can do either the Perks add-on pack for $59.99 plus shipping and tax, or the Perks Plus add-on kit for $79.99 plus shipping and tax. All three tiers get you designer pricing of 40% off regular retail. You also get a one-time 15% off coupon to stack on top of your 40% off. You would get a 20% off for Savvy Sailor. For every $200 spent, for every $200 worth of PV that you submit monthly, you get a $20 in designer dollars to spend on anything that you want. Like, for example, last month was my biggest month ever. Thank you to all my Club Couture members and customers. So I will be getting, just as an example, $80 in designer dollars on Monday that I can save up or spend on anything that I want. So I'm saving mine up for the September release, the Christmas release. So that's just an example. You also get the Club Couture transfer sample every month. You get an e-commerce website that you can automatically earn 25% off commissions on any orders, and you get all sorts of other bonuses. So if you have any more if you want any more information on becoming a designer, just put access in the comments and I can get you more information. Bonita's suggesting to put a magnet on the, let me take that off, hold on. Bonita is suggesting that I put a magnet on the back and then it can kind of stick to this. That's a good idea, especially one of those little tiny magnets. It will then hold it out to whatever angle you want if you place it correctly to the middle. Good idea. Smart stinking, Bonita. Okie doke. That is a great idea. Okay, let's come back here and I'm going to have to do a little bit of tweaking, but here is what my sign looks like. I think it's really cute. I do prefer that my tag hang out like that. I might also try to tie it to this little leather piece. I don't know, we'll have to see. And then I could you could even, instead of a magnet, I could get a little glue dot and stick it back there, which I might do because the glue dot will come off easier than the magnet if I want to reuse this tag. Bonita says she loves it. Jason says that looks great. I think it's cute. Again, you can do the back side, or you can leave it. If you don't want a design on it, but you want a more finished look, you could always decoupage some scrapbook paper, some tissue paper, or napkins on the back. That would be really cute for just a finished look, but without having to put another design on it. So super cute. Can't wait to see what you guys do with your double-sided A-frames. I also think it would be really cute too if you bought extra packs of these. You could actually maybe make bigger leather straps, or even use book rings, cut holes in all of these. I don't know how that all would work, but then you could store them all on there, or you could put different photos on these wood pieces. So lots of different ideas that you can use with this double-sided A-frame. Thanks for hanging out with me today, or if you're watching on the replay, thanks for hanging out with me later. I will be live again on Monday evening for hashtag Monthly Transfer Monday. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.